Alright guys, at number 1, and technically this is the most anticipated game to be released so far in 2022 for the Nintendo Switch, let alone September, well, here we have Splatoon 3 that just received around 30 minutes of overview and more gameplay at a new Nintendo Direct, which in case you couldn't really go all the way through with, did shed mostly light on its multiplayer, the guns, different maps, and on the modes you get to play through when the game comes out. Take a look. Splatoon 3 will now finally release September 9 this year. Coming up behind that, we have, once again, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. This game is releasing September 2nd this year on the Nintendo Switch and on the consoles as well. Well, I've said it at least 20 times already, but just in case somehow you missed out, Bandai, to accompany the great news on the re-release fighting game, also came out with a new trailer and said this new game expands the roster to over 50 playable characters and more. Check it out.
協力してやる。オーダー。久々先生。伝われ。波紋。罰の時間だ。流し込む。よくも。惨殺処刑だ。チャリオッツ。あ、行くわよ。始末させてもらうぞ。すべて超えてやる。そのまま眠りな。てめえ。全力で打ちかますぞ。
At number 3, we have Moonscars by the fine folks at Humble Games and their new action platformer IP that was actually aired first only a month ago as to one of the most visually advanced Souls-like Metroidvania and pixel art games I've ever seen, and supposedly now releasing on September 27 and across all consoles too. Here's a new trailer for those of you unfamiliar with already and how its non-linear level design and Souls mechanics really work.
Your soul? Well, here I am, precious one. Right here. What would you ask of me?
He has the skills, the experience of an elite soldier, and a spy.
On schedule.
But he has no memories.
13 Remake, on the other hand, one of the cold classic first-person shooters that first came out last year for other consoles, is now finally releasing for the hybrid console September 13, and it's getting a major fix in terms of gameplay, technically a patch, for all of the consoles too. In case you didn't know, well, this game did receive pretty negative reception across all websites, and this is technically supposed to fix all the bugs and stuff. Check it out. The update, in case you're wondering, is, of course, free.
Waking up.
Up there!
The helicopter.
I've got him! Shoot him!
I remember.
We'll incriminate all of them from number 20 to number 1.
I haven't fulfilled my mission.
My God, you're alive!
In any case, 13 has no power to disrupt the plan.
Neutralize him!
Who am I?
We are the Blue Foxes. Perhaps you've heard of us.
That new mercenary group, based in Central Field.
At number 5, we have, once again, by Square Enix, the Direfold Chronicle, which is a brand new IP that is a somewhat interesting mix of real-time strategy combat and a classic tactics-based RPG. Well, you don't really need to think about this one too much, since the game did just went live through a demo on the Nintendo eShop, and the full thing releases September 22nd this year and for all platforms too.
Hold them here.
We have a path now.
Taste my heel!
Jade has been used as a catalyst for ancient sorcery since before records began. It is bountiful here on Dio Field, but not on the mainland, where it fetches a pretty penny.
A resource war looms on the horizon. The terms they proposed were simply unacceptable. True shame.
This is a predicament of your own making.
I am well prepared. All I wish for is to keep fighting alongside you.
Moving on, we have Little Witch Nobita. Yes, this game's been around for quite a while, but now finally getting out of its early access phase and finally releasing for all consoles as well. The Switch included, of course, September 29. Not really much to talk about this one either, except developers released a new trailer to keep up the hype, and this is how the game actually works.
뭔가 있다고.
At number 7, we have a white day, a labyrinth named School. Now, for those of you new, this game was actually first released for iOS and Android devices only back 2015, and then later on 2017 for consoles and PCs, and now, well, around 5 years later, I suppose, on its way to the hybrid console and due out September 8 this year. It's a first-person survival horror, story-based, puzzle-based kind of game that now actually offers multiple endings for players to discover, all of which are depending on how you will play the game. Check it out.
Your squad to discover. So grab your tokens and get ready to experience the Tamer's Paradise.
Moving on, we have Temtem, probably the oldest game to have been in development, initially revealed more than 4 years ago, I believe, which is an MMO monster collecting game somewhere between Pokemon and Final Fantasy Tactics, to be specific, in terms of gameplay. It is finally coming over to the hybrid console too, and with much more content that was previously promised, more maps to go through, a single-player campaign, new areas to discover, all of which then eventually releasing September 6 this year.
Items in this all-you-can-fight survival mode. The more you win, the harder your opponents get, and the bigger the prizes become. Grab a friend and team up to tackle the Digilair, where you'll battle foes in custom-built matches to earn a Temtem egg as a reward. Wild Temtem are on the loose in the Tem Safari, and they're just itching for a fight. Choose from different categories of Temtem each week to build the ultimate squad in the Ultimate Temtem Challenge.
NIS America, on the other hand, just released a new trailer for The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero. Now, we know that it is releasing for pretty much all platforms, including Switch, of course, and all of that's on the same day, September 27 this year. Here's a trailer, just in case you're wondering, and I've actually said it like 40 times already or something. Trails from Zero originally did come out in Japan as a PSP game, but a dozen years ago, and this is, as you can see, its first English version.
But I want to confirm what I am.
Spike Chunsoft Incorporation, on the other hand, actually today released a new trailer for Made in Abyss, Binary Star Falling into Darkness, is a long name, indicating a release date finally of September 2nd and across all platforms too, so there's technically nothing to worry about. Made in Abyss, Binary Star Falling into Darkness is an action RPG and an exploration-based game. In case you're wondering, well, this is how it really looks and works.
Simulation game filled with adventures, mysteries, and beloved Disney and Pixar friends. The Valley was once a happy and magical place until one day the forgetting set in.
We just got a new gameplay trailer for Disney Dreamlight Valley from only hours ago. In case you're new to this somehow, it's a Disney live simulation of some sort of thing that's been in the making since early 2020, I've been led to believe, and apparently a fully free-to-play game too upon release. So, I don't know, if you're a fan of old sim games like, as you can see, kind of Animal Crossing and stuff like fishing, farming, exploration, this is probably the one for you. The game's releasing September 6th and on PCs and other consoles, including Switch. Check it out.
Neighbors are scattered all around Dreamlight Valley and cannot wait to go on amazing adventures with you. You'll certainly get to meet them as you walk around diverse and breathtaking environments like Dazzle Beach, the Glade of Trust, the Peaceful Meadow, or the Plaza. Each new character you meet has a unique story to tell. Some of them might be in need of help with quests that will send you exploring the world around you. You may even find yourself developing a friendship with those that you least expect. When you start interacting with your newfound friends, you'll be sent on various quests that will require you to explore the most remote and mysterious corners of this world, both above and below the ground.
At number 12 by Calypso Media. Well, first off, in case you're totally off here, Dungeon 3 was actually released first almost 6 years ago, that's right, for PCs and consoles. Now, the game's sitting on Steam with very positive reviews ever since as a strategy sim at its core, and now will finally coming over to the hybrid console as a revised port. The game's releasing September 15 and with previously released DLCs, and this is how it really works now.
The dungeon.
Like lambs to the slaughter!
Coming up behind that we have, and this is frankly one of the games I've been waiting for since initial reveal years ago. Here, No Place for Bravery. A pixel art game with a kind of a Sekiro-inspired or technically Souls-like hack-and-slash elements, as you could tell, with a strong emphasis on combat and like parry mechanics and stuff. Well, here's a brand new trailer for those of you who've been waiting for. The game's now releasing September 22nd this year and on the Nintendo Switch. Moving on, we have LEGO Brawls. Well, first off, the game's available now through a free demo on Steam and on the Nintendo eShop. In case you need to get a hang of 1st. It's a brawler, as the title suggests. It did actually come out initially years ago for Apple arcades only, in case you've suspected, and now for the Nintendo Switch and other consoles as well, September 2nd. The game will now have a campaign. It'll be playable in co-op multiplayer offline as well through the campaign, and there's gonna be some more stuff. And last but not least, we have by Don't Nod Entertainment another new trailer for Gerda, Flame in Winter. Well, technically showing off more of the gameplay, but then also a final release date of September 1st this year. Well, here you can just take a good look at the RPG elements you'll get to work with. In case you're wondering, however, the game is a story-driven RPG adventure to some extent about the life of a nurse who's trying to save just this loved one. Here.